for me, I can't continue to put my entire heart and soul into defending this cause when the substance of the cause seems to be not really caring, and I know that's not coming out right, and it's not coming out the way I mean it at all. At all, at all, at all. And I feel like it shouldn't.
No, it's like we woke up one day, honestly, and somebody drew a line in the sand, and we didn't even know where that came from or who did it. And we were just over here on our own. Like, okay, but we've been working on this for so long. Is this is it gonna stick? And then just nothing. It was just done. It was over. And
now all of a sudden, everything Claire seems to say is gospel.
I don't care.
No,
I'm not. I don't. I mean, again, I can.
Can we just okay, so first off, we can't really clarify anything because we don't know.
You literally can't clarify anything.
Yeah,
but I see there's some confusion because Jen, you threw in there something about a loophole, and then we have whether Claire actually submitted what YouTube wanted.
That's what we were never able to get.
I don't think she did.
Right.
In my opinion, I'm going to say this. In my opinion, no, she didn't. She didn't have what was required because I didn't see it, but she did show me that it wasn't what they needed.
I asked her, Jen, I'll show you whatever you want. I want to see that IPO. I literally said this to her. I want to see the IPO document that you submitted to YouTube. And again, for 10 minutes, she pretended she was searching. That's when out of her mouth came, well, Frank's thinking about retracting the strikes. Well, all of a sudden, I wasn't thinking about that IPO document. I'm like, what the fuck? So that got taken care of. I apologized to Claire for screaming, and I came back to where we were. And I said, Claire, can you just send me that document I wanted? I can't find it in my email. Claire, it would be on this date that you sent that YouTube to email as an attachment.
Yeah.
It's not like you have, even if you have 100 emails. Come on, fuck. Nope. I can't find it. And then she had to go. She stopped talking to me. And when I heard from her maybe again the next day, it was nothing about the strikes. Nothing about the document.
Yeah, but I just wanted to say, you started talking about loopholes and selling.
Oh, for Alan having his channel back. He's doing something shady to be back. What?
That's what we're talking about.
Well, then why are you confused? See, this
nothing any more shady than he did. Anything. But that's just it. This is my opinion.
This is why we are where we are. Nobody knows anything, and the only person that might even be able to shed a smidgen of light on it has selectively ghosted. And it's selective. It's not because she's hurt. It's not because she's embarrassed. Because if that were the case, you're not going to be out talking to this one and, I don't know what happened on YouTube. Oh, hi, how are you? That's not how embarrassed hurt people work. I personally think she's been caught in lies and she's cornered, and that's what she's using as her excuse. And I'm sorry, but that's fucking where I'm at, Claire. That's where I'm at. You fucking used all of us.
What, did she say why that Frankie was thinking and retracting the copyright strike?
That is concern. It was out of concern for our safety. It came from a good place, but her timing of throwing that out there was just weird.
Yeah,
it was like I don't have to find this document because he's thinking about retracting him anyway. That was just a slap in my face.
And that
was the only thing I really took personally because that was everything.
For me is what started. If that's going to happen, I'm definitely done because now this has been all for nothing. And then it turned into they were concerned. It came from a place of concern that they were, they were concerned for us. It was the same weekend that the cease and desist. People were right. I didn't even know until later Friday night that I got one. Because my email that I got, which isn't under my about section, Dribbles, nice fucking try. Everybody was finding out, that we were getting them. So they were coming from a place of concern. They didn't want anything to happen to us. But then we're like, we're big people. We can handle this. Please don't. That would kill us if we did that. And they chose not to. But they still could. I mean, that's their right. They could do it at any point. But that's what happened. That's why the retraction was a possibility, not out of a place of malice. It came from a kind place.
So Lizzie reiterated something that I had already answered in the chat as far as what YouTube was requiring. She says, if there is an appeal, we know YouTube require a court case proof. That wasn't given.
Nope.
And again, I don't know what you guys talked about before I got here, but we
were.
Well,
here, I want to show Sorry,
we were assured by Claire that IPO number, because me not being from the UK, I don't know. So I just said, she's explaining, and I said, so let me get this straight. What you provided them is equivalent to what we would consider a filed court case in the US. And she said, yeah. But apparently
I remember her saying that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now this is where I want to play. I want to play a clip that talks about this. If my system, oh crap. I think my browser's going to fucking choke.
What, one of your DJ gigs or what?
No, I unconnected my controller.
JD, what are you lost about?
Everybody's lost on everything.
I know. I mean, I
know. Okay. I know there's a lot of confusion. So, and you know, like I said, and I'm sure these guys have said it too, we're not trying to convince anybody of anything. We're just talking about what our experience was. Again, and from the original 5 of us that were pretty close to Claire, or we thought we were, she made it public when she left every group and shut the channel. We did try to keep it private and try to deal with it with her. And when she did that, people started coming to us for answers. And we weren't giving any. We still kept it private, and it would still be private to this day if a lot of factors of balls rolling that I'm sorry, Claire. I mean, you kicked this off, you know. So that's what's happening. People can choose to believe that that's the way it happened or not. It doesn't matter. I mean, we've had a really rough couple of weeks, taking a whole lot of flack, and you know, it is what it is. You know.
Now, you know, of all the live streams I've had with all of y'all on it, and the love and respect that we've had for each other, and just admiration, you know, and being there through good and bad, the relationships are extremely profound to me, and that's what I've gotten out of this. And I don't want to see any of my friendships disintegrate because of it. But ultimately, when someone just can't even answer a question for you and just dumps you up when the shit gets going, and you ask the hard question and they just bail.
Yeah, and I just want to say to a lot of the people, because I've seen a lot of comments, and it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't feel like we need to explain ourselves to anybody, but I think most of and even people on here are like, I don't make friends online because that's just stupid, but whatever. But everybody, or I'll say the majority of people, have at least 1 or 2 people that they're more friendly with online, and they do share. They talk about what they fed their husband. They talk about the movie they saw last week, blah, 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 blah. You know, so
we've talked about this, y'all, when Diane passed away, when Abby passed away, about what would happen if something, you know, when all this is said and done, how would we continue to communicate with each other? Think we've all talked about this. So this is not,
right, but I'm feeling the need to reiterate it again, and this will be the last time that I do, because we don't want to keep having this stupid fucking discussion. It is what it is, and we can sit here and we can speculate all day, and we can tell you what we think, but we don't have answers, which is what caused all of this in the first place. So again, this isn't just about the friendship, but I heard you saying, Salty, whether you guys choose to believe it or not, nobody had more invested in trying to find out the truth so we can support and defend our friend. That's all we were asking. We weren't asking her, show us your proof because we don't believe you, or blah, blah. No, and we didn't even say it right off the bat. We were telling her, there's starting to be questions, Claire. You can't just keep laughing this off because it's making it worse. She kept laughing, and that's her choice. But finally, you know, it got to a point where we're like, can you just show us something? Show us something simple. We don't want to see anything. I mean, I'm not talking about legal shit. I'm talking about something to do with her credentials. Show us something so we can go out and we say we've seen it with our own eyes, because we all know that even shit you see or hear or read online still doesn't. It's only 50% credibility, but at least we would have that. And when she refused, that's where things started being weird.
Well, it was weird when you get 4 different answers and then 5 and 6 different answers as to why they don't have that, or they can't produce it. That's what got weird to me.
Well, right.
I'm sorry I interrupted you, Cheryl. I'm sorry.
Well, no,
I apologize.
it got weird on that, but then there were other things and other things and
Yeah.
other things, and her responses just didn't. And we tried so many times to talk to her, and she would ghost us for days in chats, and then when she would come back with these really over the top things to kind of divert our attention onto what it is she was just now saying. So
Yeah.
it was very discouraging. And I'm sure she's listening. And again, I don't know if you told them, but I said in chat, Salty did send an invite to Claire, sent her a personal message yesterday, I guess, last night, inviting
yeah.
her to come to this
Uh-huh.
chat. So it's not like we're sitting here all talking crap about her and she, whatever. Even if she doesn't want to come on a live, I get that. I mean, if it were me, I wouldn't want to come on a live.
I think, I would like to, if we can, do you have that on hand, Cheryl? At least to pull up my message to her?
I don't have it on hand. Where did Jen go? Did her shit shut down, or did I make her mad? Either one's viable right now. There does.
She probably thinks that she's still online. She's probably talking to herself somewhere. Don't worry about it.
I do want to say, because there has been a lot of disagreements and stuff around, and we've had it even in our 5-people team. In fact, today that's why I'm not yelling so much in chat, because I got it all out of my system in our little group. But if you have close friendships and you disagree, but be respectful,
Yeah, we do that. That's what we did.
No, I'm talking about the other ones, and it didn't have anything to do with Claire. It was a different.
There was y'all have seen me up here. You have heard me going head to head. Let's say Kelly, or funny boiler euphemism, toe to toe. With people standing up for Claire and defending her blindly because she was my friend and I believed her. It's that simple.
I think that's where it's so hurtful, isn't it?
What, hon? I'm sorry?
I think that's where it's so hurtful.
Yeah.
I
couldn't defend her anymore. There was no reason for her to have done that to us, especially just like even if it just came down to mutual respect for the friendship that we did have. At least a brief explanation as to why they were asking you and what happened for them to ask you for credentials, or why did you drop some of your friends and not the others. Grin meetings, I'd like to know about that. The grin meetings.
Well, in my mind, why she dropped certain ones and why she didn't, to me, it's obvious, and that's okay. I mean,
but I specifically wanted everybody to know what I was at, what my mindset was. I've never asked her. We've never asked her to show us anything like super shady secret or anything like that, So it's not like when Jen and I were over here freaking out about these freaking strikes. So what paperwork did you do? Can you bring it up? Just pull it up. You just had a little while ago, just being dropped. Everything was out of your hands, and that was it. So
so I can, and I do have all the girls' permissions to say certain things. I'm not going to show it, not going to read it, but I will say almost verbatim what was said by one of them, and I don't think she'll mind, was because I think she's already said it, was Jenny. In the chat, she said, Claire, can you just put something out or show us? Because right now, with what's going on with AD, this is a perfect stick that in your pipe and smoke it moment. That's where that was one of the last things that was said. She's saying, put something out or at least show us so we can, and then she explained to us one of the reasons why she couldn't. And my response was, do you just have an old business card that we can look at, something that has something with your name, so we can say, because we have been out here for over a year saying, of course she's a lawyer, because we believe she was a lawyer. But now that there's so many questions, we wanted to be able to say, we know because we saw it with our own fucking eyes, so shut up, that kind of thing. And that's where it all kind of went sideways. And it
was the fact that Whiskey ID were mocking, calling her a fraud, that I wanted her to.
He's been doing that the whole time, though.
Yeah, but no, but Jen, you got to understand. As friends, we can deal with AD doing that, but when his shit started contaminating people from our own side, that was the problem. We don't really care so much about what he's saying. Who the fuck cares about him or Whiskey or any of those other people? She didn't but when people of our, people we've known for years and people that have supported her are starting to question her, that's what we wanted to show. I mean, yeah, giving him a stick that in your pipe and smoke it, that would have been a great moment, but that wasn't. It was because of everything that was happening and the delays and everything and this and this and this. People
And
were
then
starting
when flash forward just a little bit, that day with the cease and desist, and then the possibility of all the stuff that she had been given them, if she had misrepresented herself, it would have been completely invalid, and just being scared shitless that could have been a possibility, until I didn't have to worry about that anymore, and I had to worry about the strikes. So, but again, I have stood up here and I have defended all of y'all in one way or another, and I will gladly do it, and I'll take it. I'll take whatever shit I got coming my way, but I defended my friend until I couldn't do it anymore. And out of the respect of what friendship we did have, I'm not dragging her. I'm telling you why I'm not going to be doing this anymore. Why this is done. It's over for me. So
I just can't
unfortunate
stand behind it anymore. I can't. It's at a point where, I mean, for me, I feel there's, whether it's intentional deception, there's deception, and that's not why I'm doing this.
No.
You know, I was a shithead as a teenager. I fucking lied as a teenager. I'm at a point now that, I mean, yeah, I guess you get wiser as you get older. I mean, I could give a fuck about integrity and credibility growing up. Now, it fucking means everything to me. And goddamn,
especially where we're at, because that's all we got here.
I'll fucking make a bad name of myself. I'm very good at that. But God damn it, I'm not going to have somebody else, especially somebody that I would have bent over backwards for. And literally up until yesterday morning, and this is kind of what caused Cheryl and I to have our disagreement, is, I mean, I was the last one, and I wish nothing more that there had to be some rational explanation that just didn't make sense. And I can't even do it anymore. I can't. And I'm admitting defeat, but I can't defend somebody that clearly doesn't fucking give a fuck. She's got whatever her agenda. She's doing what she's doing. As I said, I feel used. Yeah, I'm fucking hurt. It's not about the work that I've done. That has nothing to do with it. I'm not upset about how she's treated Lizzie, but the fact that she collected us to help her. It's not like I went, pick me. She came to me, and again, what do you need? What do you need? I'll do what do you need? I'll help you. I don't mind doing that. That's not the problem. But when you collectively come to me and I'm giving you everything I have, and you just turn around and fucking spit on it and kick me in my fucking arse and basically give me a big fuck you. Yeah, fuck you. I'm not going to stay silent about it. I don't want to drag her. I've said she's done a lot of work. She's crippled this fucking channel. Really, let's look at it. She has that fucking channel. It was sick. It's never going to be what it was. He's done. I don't know why he's fighting tooth and nail to hang on to it. You're fucking done, Alan. I mean, it's kind of funny watching you hold on to nothing now. It kind of really is.
It wasn't just Claire, though. You need to keep in mind there are other people that have strikes against him. I know he claims that they don't, but there is. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Claire, because I know Claire has worked very hard, and she is, as far as I know, she still is close to the
We all have.
He's never had a channel suspended for termination before.
But there have been many people that have worked just as hard.
Yeah.
And I appreciate, Claire's out there. Somebody's got to take the lead, basically, out in the public. I get that. But when it started to look like Claire was the one working her fingers to the bones, I'm sorry, you guys, that is not true. That is not true. And you don't have to believe me, but I'm telling you from somebody who knows. She got a lot of him. I mean, Claire worked hard. Don't get me wrong. She did. She worked her ass off. But she's not the one working morning, noon, and night doing all this stuff. She didn't sit there and pour over hours and hours and hours of videos. I know. We all know where I mean, it's not a secret. She got them, most of them from Lizzie.
Lizzie's backstage.
She got
and me enough.
Yes, and she got screenshots from everybody else. So, yes, Claire worked hard. But let's not act like none of this could have been done without Claire, because it could have been. She wasn't working in the capacity of a solicitor, whether she is or not. She wasn't working in that capacity. Anybody could have done what she had done. It's great that she did. It's great she stepped up, and I'm glad that the Ruseks feel very comfortable with her. But everybody needs to stop acting like Claire, ascended us to this level, because it could have been anybody else, and it wasn't just those strikes that got his channel blocked.
Lizzie.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello, Lizzie.
Can you hear me okay? Because I've had to do
Yes.
my technical stuff before I came on.
I can hear you, Lizzie.
But I wasn't going to come on, but I guess I wanted to, because I think you all know that I have a different take on it. And I just wanted everybody to know that there are alternative ways of looking at it.
That's why I love you. You really do. You try and look at it from every fucking possible angle.
Well,
everything you do that way.
I guess I'm a very logical person, but I don't apply logic when it comes to something like this. I just go with my gut, which there's a lot of it to be able to go with. So
Can I have some of that?
you're willingly. But I wanted you to know that, as you know, when I wasn't one of the first to find out. Thankfully, I don't get involved in a lot of stuff, so I'm always the last to know. I wasn't the last to know.
He's really trolling around on YouTube all day, every day. That's the real friggin' queen troll right there.
Excuse me.
Come on, I was trying to make you badass just for a minute.
Yeah, but I think what I wanted to say, that when I first heard the basics of it, my first thoughts, and this is just my gut, I didn't sit and think logically or anything, was, okay, if this is the case, and because as we know, none of us know for sure at this point, if this is the case, then there's nothing I can do about that. And I have one goal, and my words to you at the time, which still stand today, is I'm going to put it under the table, and I'm going to carry on and do what is important to me.
Yeah, you said that to me last night.
And expose him, as I've always been doing. The only sad thing, which I said to you last night.
Oh, you broke my heart last night.
Is it's not that any of us are arguing, but so many want to just give up. And I just can't do that. And I hate to see others just give up, but also be so hurt. I hate to see everybody so hurt.
I don't feel like I'm giving up. I just feel like what I was fighting for is not what it was anymore. It's completely.
But there were a lot of people that wanted to give up, and some people are giving up. I've heard from quite a few people that's where they're at, and hopefully they if they do, then good. If you find something else, that's great, because I wouldn't wish this on anybody, to tell you the truth.
For years he's not gone anywhere. I get it. As I said, I know I've been there, and it's like he's whatever the fucking Teflon Don. It's all done in fraudulent ways. But yeah, it is fucking frustrating. How the hell is he still standing? But for me, it's not about that. It's the whole core of why I was doing this, I feel, has changed.
Yeah, it has.
Well, I think
but I just wanted to say, but besides just us who were friends with her, and you guys who poured your blood, sweat, and tears into everything you've done, there are a lot of other people who are much quieter. They don't go on panels. They don't. And they still have a voice too. They have opinions about this and feelings about it. Not even necessarily about the Claire thing or the strike thing, just one blow after another. There are some subs who really, most people wouldn't even recognize their name because they don't comment very often. They don't go on the lives or anything, but they've been here since day one. They're the ones that send the screenshots or the links to their favorite creators saying, hey, check this out. But most people wouldn't even recognize their YouTube names because they aren't like that. Those are some of the people who are taking a big gut punch too. And I just wanted to make sure
that's why I wanted to do this, because I know that I saw a lot of hurt and a lot of anger and a lot of questions and confusion and people thought it was funny and they were glib and they were, again, condescending or I saw everything. I saw all those kinds of comments. And I also said, gosh, I wish they would answer. I think it was Van, wasn't it, last night when she said, people have questions. And I thought, yeah, they do. And I'll answer as many as I can before I leave, before I take, exit stage left, because I felt at the end of that, and I talked to Lizzie at the, after everything had transpired. And I told her there's nothing I can do that's going to help or hurt in any way. It's been done.
Yeah.
If I do anything, it's going to be for me. And she knows what that was. Some of y'all know what that was, and I've done it. And I'll continue. But it, there's nothing else I don't think that I can say. Again, the videos, how many videos can you make debunking the same lie that he just keeps repeating and cycling through every couple of weeks?
Content, here he is talking about the Watts case. Now I'm not talking about the Watts case, and we knew that as soon as he says that, we know it's only going to be days till he's talking about the Watts case again, and true to form. I mean, he's like a fucking goddamn book. He's the most transparent.
It's a book that we've all been reading for quite some time, and it's a shame that, this is the way that my book is going to fucking end. It's a shame. But I had started vocalizing this to y'all a couple of weeks ago, so this isn't coming as a surprise to some people. And I am sad that, again, that this is how it's going to end for me.